All right. Let's see here. Do I have audio? It looks like I might have audio. I don't have anybody with me yet. That's good because I'm getting started late. Rick Lakes joins us. Hello, Rick. And Alice joins us. Hello, Alice. And I do hear myself. Why am I hearing myself? I thought I muted everything I had running. I guess I did not mute everything I had running. So I'm kind of trying to test some theories out this morning. I was going to do it not publicly, but what the heck? Doug needed a redirect. I'm always glad to help him out. So let's get this going. First and foremost, right now I'm having problems with my camera. I can't get it to work, even though even though OBS shows that it is working. The camera actually's got the lights on it, and it is not working. Jeff Ryman joins us from Las Vegas. Oh, wait, it's over there. Why is it over there but not? Oh, there it is. That looks kind of weird. That looks like maybe, oh, that looks like some cool sunglasses right there. If I could just hold my head like this the entire stream, it looks like I've got some really cool sunglasses on. What a neat little effect. I wish I could remember how to do this because I could make something work with that. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to deactivate the camera. I don't need it. Let's go figure some things out. Show me, shall we? Oh my goodness. So, man, I've got things flipped around. Let's just open up an untitled project real quick. And I'm getting the new Resolve Studio 18.6.2. I'm going to skip it again, make sure they get all the bugs worked out. So we're going to skip that. And then my Davinci opened up where I don't want it to open up. And I'll show you why I don't want it to open up there. If I go into my OBS and I go into my display captures, you cannot see down here at the bottom the edit page, fusion page, the color tab, Fairlight, and the render. So what I wanted to experiment with this morning is I wanted to move my sources over, move this over, and see if that makes a difference. And it does not. Well, no, it does not make a difference. Because they should be down in here, which they are down in there. So this is weird. When I had the 55-inch TV in here, I had no problems with this whatsoever. Oh, take the update. No guts, no glory. No, I did that last time with both OBS and Davinci, and I ran into some issues that I had to literally painstakingly work through, put up with until they got resolved, which they did. So now that things are working relatively smooth, I'm going to leave it. Now, back to the issue at hand. If I grab this and shrink it down a little bit, and then bring it up a lot, then you can see what I'm trying to get, which is right here, the edit page, fusion, color tab, and Fairlight, and the render. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to keep it the way I had it, which is right, because right now it's on the monitor to my left, and that's just a pain in the neck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Put this back over here. No. Yes, that's where I had it. Didn't change a thing. Put it on the new monitor, which would be nice if it would say, oh, it does say new monitor. Okay, so now I'm going to swap some things around. We're going to bring this over here, and we're going to take the monitoring over there where it should be. All right, now everything's right in the world, so to speak, sort of, kind of, except I've got to make an adjustment here. And then I have to go look at my monitor screen. Now it becomes the fun part. And the fun part is simply dragging. Now, if I go full screen, they disappear. Yeah, they're barely on the bottom. There's probably an adjustment somewhere in Davinci that I am not seeing. If I come in here to timeline resolutions 1920 by 1080, I don't think that has anything to do with it, but let's mess with it. Pixel ratio. Let's go with 16 by 16 colon anamorphic. I can't do that. Cinescope, I can change it there. Let's see what that does. And all I'm trying to do is see if it changes along the bottom here. And it didn't change anything. Didn't think that it would. I got to do some research. There's a couple things I really have to look into. Go back to frame rate. Can't change because I've already started it. Video format. That's not it. Huh. Got me perplexed. Anyway, let's get this where I can show you guys what I'm doing so you kind of follow along. For those of you playing at home, I will help you out with this. There we go. I got to be real careful when I get to the top, because if you go too high, it'll automatically jump into the full screen mode. And as we know, that will... All right, that's pretty good right there. So let's do something in Davinci, shall we? What if we bring this over here like that? Now, I wish there was a way to lock this particular screen or this particular program at this particular size. And if there is, I don't know. Maybe Doug knows. I have no clue. But I'm good with this. I can access everything I want to access. So I'm in an untitled project. So let's test the theory here. If I close this out, I don't want to save the changes. Oh, I should have saved the changes though, maybe. No, I don't think so. So go over here. Now the bad thing too is now I need to move. No, that's good. I'm okay there. Oh yeah, Doug redirected. I was like, why do I have two monitoring screens? And then I remember Doug redirected. So I'm gonna open this up, come down here, change this to 30 frames per second. And you see it did default back because I forgot to change it. And it also opened up back in full screen. So man, I just got to figure out how to fix that without going through and doing this right here. I mean, this is okay, but it gets rather old to do. I just got to make a mental note to remember to do it. So let's go on. Let's see here. Let's open up a project. So we need some media. And as I explained a while back, oh, see, now well, I guess you can see it. I have the master bin, power bin. And within the master bin, I have text, soundtracks, photos, birthdays, and family. Within family, I have my son on a project I did for him. And then in birthdays, I just have some stock stuff there that I use for the backdrop of the stuff, of the project. So photos is pretty self-explanatory. Soundtrack, music. So let's go we'll start with music today. Let's go here. The other thing that I need to research, hello, Tony. The other thing that I need to research is there ought to be a way you can set right here, you can set the height and the width of your tracks. So I can bring this down, and I can demonstrate that by bringing in any picture. I'll pick on Mrs. K and I. I'll be nice today. And you can grab this and you can make this as big as you'd like. Well, actually, I think that maxes it out right there. Or as small as you like. And I've seen some of these that are like literally that small. And there ought to be a way. I could not work with that. I need it to be about at least right there. It's just a visual thing. As long as the box is around here, you can do whatever you want. You can zoom it, you can move it, as long as the box is highlighted. I know this is pretty boring. I know this is some old stuff. I don't want to bore you with me trying to figure out how to get the screen to show up properly. So you ought to be able to do the same thing with audio. I think if I were to go in here and bring down another audio track, put it on track 2, I believe I can do the same thing. Yeah, see, I can do the same thing there. Oh, it's done from the bottom, not the top. That's interesting. Huh. So video is done from the top. Audio is done from the bottom. Another nice little thing about audio is this white line right here. You can actually change the audio's volume by grabbing it. So, or you can click on it. The volume comes up here in the inspector, and you can do the same thing right here with the numbers, or you can grab the slider and do it right here. This is pretty neat. I'm not real successful with, if I play this, grabbing it. I mean, you could do this on the fly, but it stops it. So I know background music, you don't want it to be overbearing. You don't want it to be underbearing either. And that may sound familiar because that's what I use sometimes. And all I do is I come in here to the cut tool. I'll grab where I want it to start. I'll get rid of what I don't want. Put this over here. Let's just say this is my introduction. I'll grab the cut tool again. Put a mark right there. Do that. Move this one out of the way. I'll fade it out, fade it in. And there you have it. It's real simple. Although that really doesn't seem like to me that fades in too much. Let's go with the big fade in. Now I would like, and I do know if I grab this, I can do this. I've not messed around with it too much, so let's see what that does. Now I do think there is a way you can actually set points in here and have it go louder, smaller, louder, smaller. I mean, right off the top of my head, my guess would be I could actually, I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't need it. I could actually alt drag. Now I have an exact duplicate of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and enlarge it so I can see it. I just wonder if I were to fade this to here, fade this one back to the same location, but I don't want to fade it. What I want to do is I want to actually make a cut on this timeline and this timeline, and then I want to make a cut again. I'm going to fade that out a little bit more. I want to make, and I think this is what I want to do, make a cut on this timeline and again on that timeline. I got to think through this a minute. So I want this to be right here. I don't want that, so I'm going to get rid of that. Mrs. K is giggling because she can't read sign language. So what I want to do now is I want to get rid of this one, and I want to get rid of this one. Then I want to take this one, and I'm going to try to grab that white line, and I'm going to just really make it super low. So I think, I mean, it's a little bit of work, but we're going to fade in. Did that work? Yep, that kind of worked. That's kind of a workaround. One Fish 26 says, hello, hello, Sam. So I think maybe what I'd need to do is maybe make this a little longer, make the fade in a little longer, and then fade this into about right there. So possibly when this one ends, this one's faded. Let's see what that does. Yeah, you could tell. I could tell. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I could clearly hear this one's louder, then it gets quieter, and then I could do the same thing over here. We could really come in here to this one right here and bring the volume up. Oh, you can do that with separate tracks now too. So I can do the same thing here. I could grab this one, go quiet. Now I don't need this to be that long. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to grab this one and make it there, and grab that one and make it right there. This is going to get loud. Not as loud as I thought it would be, but it was louder. So that's pretty cool. Now back to common things here. So we figured out this is from the bottom. There ought to be, oh, I think I can lock the track, but I don't know if that locks. Now, if it's that simple, I'm going to be really frustrated. I really am. Because I've messed around with this quite a bit. And if this locks that to where it can't be changed. So let's bring this one down a little bit as well and lock it. Now, I think what that does is if I bring in any other media, oh yeah, see, I can't even put the media in there because it's locked. I can go above it and below it, but I can't put it in there because it's locked. So that's crazy. This gives me an idea. What if finally some creative juices are flowing? What if we were to take this? I bet I can't do, can I do anything with that? Oh, is it possible I could do something with that? Let's see here. Let's get that out of the way. Let's go back to the color tab, add an alpha output, because I want to take this and go about like that. I need to get a better picture because her head's squared and it's just horribly mashed out. But for today, this will work. Put this back over here. Oh yeah, here we go. Now, can I do any? No, I cannot do anything with this. Okay, it is locked. It didn't do what I thought it would do. I was hoping it would lock the size of the track here, but it did not. But apparently I can go over here in the color tab and I'm gonna guess that needs to be about right there. And then if I put this back over here, still needs to go to the left and down a little bit. So if we go back to the color tab, and yes, I know I could unlock the track and I could actually do it that way as well, but why do that when I can do it this way? This takes all the fun out of it. I mean, that takes all the fun out of it. Let's see if that moved at all. And nope, doesn't appear to be moving. So we unlock the track and then we just move it. Oh, okay, we get on the right one and we just move it over a little bit, down a little bit, resize it a little bit. That looks pretty cool. Or we could flop it around, I guess. We should be able to do that. We ought to be able to do that, that. No, it won't work. Or will it? I don't know. All right, so that's pretty cool. Looks like I have eggs and hash browns this morning. That's good. In 2 hours, I will be at the driving range to warm up for today's golf match. Taking the big camera to get some good pictures. and hopefully I have a decent game. My ankle's still bothering me, but that's because I'm getting old, I think, and the weather has changed. All right, any request out of the chat room for anything Davinci related, or do we want to wait around for Greg Guy to get here and then go from there? You know what I just realized? I'm not paying. I started at about 35, so I got a couple more minutes. Watch this nonsense. Again, it's good, it's bad, but I've got an idea here. So we're gonna go alt up. So we got 1, 2. We're gonna take this up here. All right. So these are exact copies of what I just did. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of. Oh, can you do that? Nope. When it's locked, it's locked. That's a good thing. So we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna unlock that. We're gonna get rid of that. That should be it. I think I got rid of everything else. I did. So watch this now. These are exact copies of that little circle. So before I go any further, I want to take this one right here, and I want to reduce its size. Am I on the right one? Yeah. Why is that not moving? Okay, interesting. That worked, as it should have. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so apparently this one here is that one there, which means this one here is where? Oh, right there. Okay, that's interesting. So, little bit of imagination, you can make these things do what you want, but I don't want that. I want this to not be seen right now. I want to work with this one. I want to bring it down, bring it over. You guys see where I'm going with this? Put it in there, bring it over just a little bit, reduce it down a little bit more, maybe like that. And go up here to this one, do the same thing. We're going to reduce it down. We're going to move it over. We're going to bring it down. Now, if I want them to be exactly the same, I'll come back to the first one, 250. This one's 260. So then we'll just type in 0.250. They are exactly the same now. Then we can enable this one, turn it on, 0.250, and it better have changed, but it doesn't look like it changed. 0.250. Now it changed. Then we can just bring it up a little bit, bring it over a little bit, and there we go. We kind of have a modified Davinci Resolve. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Do you run Davinci in dual monitor mode, in dual mode? See workspace menu. Workspace. Dual screen. Are you talking about dual screen? Whenever you'd ask a question, and apparently it's on, because it says on. So apparently I do. Didn't even know about it. So I'm guessing that means I can, turn on the other monitor over here and see it. I guess I should know that as long as I've been doing this. I'm still learning this though, seriously. So let's turn it off. Workspace. Dual screen. Viewer mode. Enhanced viewer. Cinnamon viewer. Enhance. Maybe that's where I set it to change, but I think that's just for the viewer. Layout presets. Again, I should do this privately. So dual screen is on. Let's turn it off. Okay, that's interesting because on, it's a single screen, and now off, it's a dual screen. Now, I have never tried this. I'm sure there's a point and reason for it. I'm just wondering if I were to grab this and drag it up here. Nope, that didn't work. Now comes the question of how do you get something to show up in there? I'm sure it's going to be about like Fusion, where you can put your media over on monitor 1 and monitor 2 at the same time. I'm guessing. I honestly do not know. I didn't know how to turn that on until just now. So, huh. I really am appreciative of when people ask me things or point things out to me. This gives me something to explore to see how this would work. Apparently, I mean, I was actually going to go, oh, wait, you see what you do? Oh, where is my media now? To add media. And this says control room. Is this new over here on the right hand side where it says control room and above it meters? I don't remember seeing that before. So let's go back to workspace, dual screen. Oh, when I checked it, it's on. So now it's off. Now I have across here the media pool, the effects, and the meters went away. So we'll go back, turn it on. Now we have it. Okay. How do I get my media? Right click? No. That's not working. Something to research and figure out. Temporarily, let's turn that off. Better yet, let's go. This will probably, oh, I can't. So do you turn this on and then you can turn on full screen? Full screen. Ooh. Man, that's big. I could see where that's got to be my Tony Wallow T -5. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Um, yeah, I'm gonna look into this. This got some potential. The thing I don't particularly like right off the bat is it's not jumping right out at me where to go to get media. Now I wonder if I clicked on here. No, that's not what I thought it was. I thought for sure this was media. So this is the edit. This is Fusion. That doesn't change. That looks normal. Color tab doesn't, it looks a little bigger. So if we go into workspace, dual screen, turn it off. Okay. Yeah, neat. Thank you, Wintermute. So I'm going to wrap it up. I've got some ideas for this, actually. I really do have some ideas on this. I'm not going to go into it right now because I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to keep this active and mess around with it. Maybe have a daily Davinci tomorrow. Tomorrow is what, Wednesday? Yeah, I can do that tomorrow. There's no interference with anyone until Friday. This was fun. I have to figure out how to make, there's a couple things I need to figure out. I need to figure out how to lock these down. I've tried right clicking, add track, up subtitle, move track up, move track down, delete, change the color. The color just changes the color of the boxes themselves. There's nothing gained there. Locking it, we now know, means you can't do anything to it. And I guess if you were to get something like, oh wow, I like how this looks, I'm gonna go ahead and lock all these down so that I can't inadvertently make a change to it. Okay, if I come in here, I can click on it, but the inspector's dead or off, however you want to call it. I can't do anything with it. So that's a very good feature of locking that down. I'm going to unlock them, and then auto track selector. I don't know what that is. Again, I'm just such a newbie at this. Even though I've been doing it for a while now, I learn things almost every day when I mess around with it. And having things pointed out or questioned is kind of cool. I don't know what this one does. Timeline view options. Okay. So you can change, track height. Oh, look. I may have just discovered something. Ah, what a pleasantry this would be. That's a good word for me today, pleasantry. Track height video. What if we take the track height and jack this up? Oh, it changes them all at one time. All right, let's put that at right there. No, let's go bigger. You know what? Let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Let's take the track height and bounce it up to there. Go back into here. Track height video. Okay, so it's got a minimum and a maximum, obviously, and it's not numeric. So let's put that right there. That's pretty noticeable. Let's save this project, and we'll just call it A, B, C, and not for Alexander Bailey Cheek either. And we'll save it because does media show on different screen and dual screen? I don't think it did. Let me go dual screen on. Very good. Once again, Wintermute to the link rescue, or in this case, a suggest. There's my media. It is over on monitor number 3, and he drops me a link. Cool. So here's your media right here. So now I'm going to pick again on me, and I'm going to drag it down and put it in there. So yeah, that's good to know. I still would like to figure out, maybe your link will tell me this. Can I drag this up here? I cannot. What if we, oh, can I not get rid of that now by back? Oh, yeah, we can. Can I drag this directly into here? Aha! He says, aha! Instead of putting it on the timeline, I can put it into the other viewer. Again, I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of this would be, why it would be that way. But I will figure it out. I will see if it's something I can use to my advantage or not. I can do everything in the viewer you can do in the inspector. So, okay, so this is interesting. I find this very interesting. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks that are all right here. However, in this viewer, I can move, oh, wrong one. Okay, now what happened? Oh, when I'm on the viewer, I can change the size. I can move it around. Can I move it to this viewer? I cannot. So there are going to be applications for this that right now off the top of my head, since I'm not a professional, I have no clue what they are, but I will figure them out. All we see is the media now. Oh, yeah, you're right. I need to okay, so let me start that all over. I have no idea how to get rid of that though. What I did was, and I'll demonstrate, I'll grab another picture of me. I just dragged it over here into the viewer. It does not put it on the timeline anywhere. Thank you for pointing that out. It does not put it on the timeline. However, if I stay clicked on this, and I know I'm clicked on it because this is red, I can do things around. Now, apparently it took the place of the one that was underneath it because I'm only seeing the one. So again, I'll have to figure out an application. You cannot drag it over to here. Well, maybe you can. So let's try this. Insert, overwrite, replace, fit to fill, place on top. Let's go. I've never gotten this to work until today. Of course, it works today. So maybe if we can Control Z that, maybe if you were to come in here, can I do the color tab? I cannot. Can I do fusion? I cannot, because that's related to the timeline. But I can highlight this. I can pitch this a little bit. I can put a little bit of a yaw in it. I can reduce it down. And then I can drag it over here. And I can insert it, I guess. Oh! I see what it did. Insert it, put it on the timeline. Now it's on the timeline. Okay. So I'm slowly kind of figuring this out, that now I can do anything I want. I can go to the color tab. I can go to the fusion page. Okay, I got it. I got it. I mean, I sort of got it. Kind of the old joke. I got it. I got it. I got it. I ain't got it. Anyway, I'm going to end this. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Wintermute. You should be seeing the dual screens now. Wow, this is... Has this been here the whole time? This is almost like some silly commercial. I discovered this when I was this days old, or this year's old, or however it goes. Cool. All right, I'm going to eat. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to run a poll tonight on a couple things. Mrs. K and I talked last night, as we do every night. That's why I don't sleep at night. She wants me to go to bed at a specific time, but then we chat and text all night. Go figure. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Wintermute. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Doug. Betts was here. Didn't see him sneak in. Sorry about that, Doug. Alice and Rick, thank you so much. I will schedule one tomorrow early for Doug and see if I can get redirected 2 days in a row. Maybe, but tomorrow I'll have a better show or a better stream. And like always, I'm going to stop it, look at my analytics, take a screenshot. I did start an analytics screenshot, so I don't have to keep it running constantly. I can go into the folder when when the YouTube Studio catches up and look at it and see the comparison, yada, yada, yada. I still don't understand it. Thank you. Thank you, Doug. See you guys tonight at 9 o'clock. Or 9:01, 9:02. Who knows?